Good evening, everybody. I'll call this city council meeting to order. Is there anybody? I don't see anybody in the audience, so I don't have any speaker slips for closed session. Madam City Attorney, what do we have?
We've got two items.
Okay.
Item number one is conference of legal counsel, existing litigation pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.9D1 in two cases, Rogers et al. Versus City of Redlands, San Bernardino Superior Court case number CIVSB 212-6031. And item 1B is Miller and Associates Inc. versus City of Redlands, San Bernardino Superior Court case number CIVSB 2203755. And the last item is performance evaluation of public employee, Government Code Section 54957B1, the position city manager.
Thank you. We'll stand in recess to close session. Thank you. Good evening, everybody. I'd like to reconvene the city council meeting. I would like to call on council member Paul Barich for our invocation, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance by Scout Troop 44.
Thank you, everybody. I'd like to take this time, maybe we could give 10 seconds and reflect on, unfortunately, those students that were killed in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and that tragic. It's hard to even imagine that you would lose children like that in a house of worship beginning. Anyway, so I think we give about 10 seconds of reflection on that. Okay, Heavenly Father, we gather in your name today. Seek your guidance for our city council members. Grant wisdom, clarity, and unity to our mayor, our council members, and all the staff as they discuss matters of importance to our community. May our deliberation be just, compassionate, and serve the common good of all citizens. Please protect our police, fire, and all city employees. Bless our city, its people, and our shared future. In your name, amen.
Please remove all hats and place your right hand over your heart. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Scouts, why don't you stay there and we'll get a picture down with you with the city council behind you. Thank you. I want to thank Scout Troop 44. They've been very helpful in this community. They are volunteers at our memorial and our Veterans Day parade, handing out programs. They also carry the Gold Star banner. And just recently, they had 3 Eagle Scout awards. And so we're very proud of their contributions to our community. We want to thank them so much. So thank you again. So I'm going to call on my council to come down. We have quite a few presentations tonight, and we're going to try to save a little bit of time by not having to get up and back down. So if my council members could join me down here below. The first presentation we have is the Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. Stand right here. The Whereas, and I'll read a few of these whereases before I call up Stephanie Avila to come up and accept this proclamation on behalf of the City Council of Redlands. 1 in 5 of our nation's children loses his or her battle with cancer. Many infants and children and teens suffer long-term effects of the comprehensive treatment, including secondary cancers. And whereas the Childhood Cancer Foundation of Southern California is a 501c3 nonprofit organization with the mission to provide emotional, social, education, and emergency assistance to families who have had or have a child with cancer. And whereas the Childhood Cancer Foundation of Southern California currently provides services to over 900 families affected by childhood cancer in Southern California area, primarily in San Bernardino, Riverside County. The Childhood Cancer Foundation of Southern California recognizes that child diagnosis affects the entire family, and they provide supportive services to all the family members, which include emergency assistance, grocery distribution, and temporary housing, and teen connection, parent pantry, and bereavement assistance, special events, and so much more. Now, therefore, let it be resolved that the City Council of the City of Redlands thereby commends the Childhood Cancer Foundation of Southern California for their efforts to assist patients and families affected by childhood cancer and their untiring efforts to support research for a cure. To support the efforts and enhance public awareness of childhood cancer, the City Council of the City of Redlands does hereby proclaim the month of September 2025 to be Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. If you could join me up front, Stephanie Avila. And if you would like to say a few words about your efforts that you've been doing here in this community.
Thank you so much, Mayor. And thank you to everyone on the City Council for recognizing September as Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. A lot of us might be familiar with the gold ribbon in October, but not too many of us are familiar with September as Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. And that's why we do the work that we do, because we serve families regularly throughout the year that are constantly right next to their child fighting for their life. And so we're on our mission. Our biggest mission is to show these families that they're not fighting alone, and this definitely does that. It shows them that there's a city, a community of people standing right beside them as they go through this journey. So thank you so much.
Yeah. So we're going to pause our presentations to do our pet presentations that we normally have. And so come on up with your pet presentations. We'll stay up here, City Council.
Good evening. Don Cross, Senior Manager for Facility and Community Services. I know it's been a while since... Oh, buddy. Rambo's a little nervous tonight. Like I said, my name's Don with Facility and Community Services. Here to kind of present and update everybody on the current status of Animal Services Division and showcase Rambo, one of our favorites at the shelter right now. Yeah, he is. He will defend his family loyally. So he's one of ours looking for a new home right now. Little nerves tonight, but he's doing okay. Did have a few stats on the shelter and animal services for you guys. I know we hadn't been here for... I'll sneak him in, I promise. We hadn't seen you guys really since I think January, February. So we kind of compiled some stats that go back from March and through August. We brought in 221 dogs and 117 cats in that time. We've adopted out 160 dogs and 81 cats in that time. We returned 53 dogs to their owners during that time. And right now we have 29 dogs at the shelter, 9 in foster, 3 cats at the shelter, and 16 in foster. So we're doing pretty good as far as numbers go. We are eagerly awaiting our new modular kennel building, which will be having a small groundbreaking ceremony for this week, Thursday. Yep, Thursday. I hope you guys are all planning on joining us, hopefully. And then the best part of the last month for me, we brought on a new supervisor. This is Joe Alcaraz, our new supervisor for animal services. We've been shorthanded since February, so to have a supervisor back in the house is very helpful. Joe comes with over 10 years experience in the animal control world. So he's bringing some expertise and some leadership to the team that we're very excited about. So thank you guys. If anybody's looking for a dog besides Rambo, we have several other very adoptable, very ready to go guys. And you know, he look at him. Haley's got him well trained right now. So there it is. See, yeah, in the photo. See, that's the one we're missing. So, well, a lot of people. Yeah, so he's been there a little while. So, thank you guys for all the support Animal Service is getting. We appreciate it, and we're moving quickly, hopefully into the future with the new building. So we appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Don, for all your work. Thank you so much. Thank you. Moving on to our next proclamation is California Native American Day. Whereas California Native American Day celebrates the distinctive culture of Native American people indigenous to California and calls attention to their triumphs and struggles that comprise their rich history. And whereas the cultural and governmental contributions of the Native American people of California have shaped the course of the state throughout history. And whereas the city of Redlands celebrates the San Manuel Band of Mission Indians as they reclaim their ancestral name as of April 15th, 2025, and are now known as Yahaviatam, the San Manuel Nation, which means people of the pines. Yahaviatam, a San Manuel Nation, have been a tremendous community partner. Their generous contributions to the nonprofits and government agencies truly make the difference in our community. And whereas the Zanja in Redlands is a historic irrigation canal constructed by Native American laborers under Spanish supervision in 1819. It literally serves as an irrigation system for the San Bernardino Asistencia and later ranches and orchards and Redlands domestic water supply. And whereas the Zanja played a critical role in transforming the region into fertile area for citrus and cultivation, laying the groundwork for Redlands' orange bloom. And whereas the Zanja Trail follows the course of its original irrigation channel as a historic reminder for future generations. Now, therefore, let it be resolved that the City Council of the City of Redlands hereby proclaims September 26th as 2025 as California Native American Day in the City of Redlands and encourages its residents to learn more about the music, the art, the food, and Native peoples of our region. If I could call up Vanessa Brierty to come up and receive this proclamation on behalf of her people. So if you'd like to give a little bit of comments on what's going on with the tribe.
Gladzi hopa, the washrap, do hena me koi jui, koya hanu sawich washji, koi kamesta. My name is Vanessa Brierty. I'm a tribal member from the Pueblo of Laguna, and I also have the opportunity to serve as the district director for the first and only California Native American legislator, Assemblymember James Ramos. So on behalf of him and our office, we're really excited to be able to celebrate this alongside the city and really grateful to the mayor and the council members for this recognition. California is home to the largest population of tribal nations, along with the largest population of tribal individuals in any state in the nation. So every year, every fourth Friday of September is celebrated and recognized as California Native American Day. So we, like in the proclamation, encourage everyone to come out to celebrate, to get to know a little bit more about California Native Americans. Redlands would not be here and would not have such an amazing citrus economy if it weren't for the Native Americans and their contributions. They were incredible when it came to the construction and development of the Zanja. And near close by, we do have the village of Wachima, which is a Serrano village site, along with a couple village sites that are in the surrounding area that supported the Asistencia during the Spanish mission period. So we're also very grateful to have the first and only California Native American legislator who advocates for Native American education, for representation, for public safety, for mental health, for everything that we need to live and thrive in today's area, I guess you could say. And so I do want to say that September 26th, if you all can, please join us at Cal State San Bernardino starting at 6 p.m., where we'll have some relatives from as far north as Yurok, the largest tribe in the state, from Tuolumne, which is up by Yosemite, and then we'll have a ton of bird singers that are traditional to the Southern California area. So come out, enjoy some food, here's some culture, check out the art. It's a great time for friends, family. Bring your blankets, bring your chairs. It's at Cal State San Bernardino, September 26th, 6 p.m. in the Lower Commons area. So thank you so much.
I'm going to drop another date on you before we take our pictures. Is September 19th, I believe, from staff. We are dedicating another pathway. The Zangha Trail will be dedicated on September 19th out between Orange Street and Church Street. It's north of Central. So you'll be hearing more. I think Assemblymember James Ramos will be out there. I'll be singing some songs and dedicating the last or a continuing path of the Zangha Trail. So stay tuned for that. But I've been to the powwow and it's really beautiful. I love going there. We love going there. So, okay. Okay, next we have but it's important. It's important, and sometimes we have to do things that take a little bit of time because it's meaningful. So, next is our proclamation for National Preparedness Month. We've had a few disasters locally and out in the LA County, and so we are really pushing the message of being prepared locally, block by block, and the city of Redlands with Emergency Services Coordinator Esther Martinez has been doing a great job. And if I could have the chief come join us down here, please. While he's coming down, I'll say a few of these. Whereas disasters and such as wildfires, earthquakes, and floods, extreme heat, and public health emergencies have the potential to disrupt our community with little or no warning, and being prepared can reduce the risk of harm and speedy recovery. And whereas taking simple steps such as creating an emergency plans, building supply kits, staying informed, and participating in community preparedness activities can make a significant difference before, during, and after a disaster. And I just want to call up, she's already here, Esther Martinez, our Emergency Services Coordinator, and this is for her and her office. And I'll just turn it over to the chief and see if you want to say a few words about the progress and the programs and outreach that we've been doing in the city of Redlands.
I'd be more than happy to. So Esther is our emergency management specialist for our department, and she's come in here full speed for us. Ever since COVID, the fire department has absorbed emergency management, and she's made us one step above everyone else in our region. She's brought forth our group that's never been better since I've been in the fire department. She's made us a regional representative for our outreach and education, and a leader in bringing things to our community. Our Listos program, our CERT program, our Spanish CERT program, our Spanish Listos program. We're the first in the region to have those things offered in our community, and she was a lead on that. And I appreciate her commitment, dedication to the community, bar none. She's out there, hands down, every day out there outreaching, and we're lucky to have her as part of our department, so in our city. So thank you, Esther.
Come on up. Yeah. You're for? Yeah. Thank you so much. Got it? Okay. Thanks so much.
Mario.
Bet. Okay, next is our Redlands Football Club. So I had the privilege of attending at least 2 or 3 games. Last year, one, and this year, a couple. And I'm so pleased to know that we have a semi-pro soccer team here in the city of Redlands. And Redlands is really, they're putting us on the map in the soccer arena. So Redlands Football Club is a semi-professional American soccer team that plays USL League 2, the top pre-professional soccer league in North America. The club was founded in March of 22 and is owned and operated by past and present residents of Redlands. Under the direction of Coach Cody Carlson, University of Redlands men's soccer assistant coach and alums, the team seeks out players from local NCAA institutions to create a sense of belonging and local pride between players and fans. In their inaugural season, Redlands Football Club became the 2023 Southwestern Division champions. The home games are played at Larry Dodge Stadium at Redlands High School, drawing in crowds of 700 or more from community members on average. And we want to bump that up to 2,000 or 3,000, right, Jake? So, and whereas this Redlands Football Club is presented and partnered with the Chamber of Commerce, AYSO Region 50, Redlands Bicycle Classic, and Redlands Family Service, Rotary Club of Redlands, and the county's local businesses and mutually increased visibility in the community. The Redlands Football Club provides summer jobs to local university students exploring careers in marketing, sports management, and journalism, as well as supporting player athletic career development. With current and former players moving on to Major League Soccer, United States Soccer League, and teams, as well as transfers within Division I NCAA, I get that, soccer team. Now, therefore, let it be resolved that the City Council of the City of Redlands hereby recognizes Redlands Football Club for their athleticism and contributions to the city. Can I call up Jake? Oh, and your sons, come on up. Yep, they're future soccer players. Come on up. Yeah, thank you. I know Ryan was supposed to be here, and so, but we had been talking about perhaps a future site, a permanent future site, but I'll let you talk a little bit about what's going on with your club.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate this recognition. Redlands Football Club soccer team, just to make it clear so everyone knows the football club can be confusing. I understand that. But it's semi-professional, and like Marissa Sato said, it's college and university athletes in their off-season during the summer. I often joke that it is a community event, and a soccer game is also going on. We bring in vendors to serve food. We bring in local community partners and try to make it more than just a soccer game. And even just at 3 seasons, we're really proud of the community that we've created. And that's thanks to the Redlands community coming in and supporting the club. Like you said, over 700 fans at each game, and that just dwarfs the competition in our division. So we're really proud of that, and all of that goes out to the Redlands community. So thank you all.
Yeah, and I believe our city manager and our library director have been out to the local games, right? Yeah. Okay, the next one. Last but not least, it's our Hispanic Heritage Month, and I'll go through a few of these. And so, in recognition of Hispanic Heritage Month, the Hispanics in the United States can trace their roots to Spain, Mexico, and Spanish-speaking nations of Central America, South America, and the Caribbean. There are approximately 5 million Latino-owned businesses in the United States that contribute more than $800 billion to the economy, and more than 1 million Hispanics are currently serving in or are veterans of our armed forces. More than 35% of our residents here in Redlands are Hispanic origin. And whereas starting in the early 1900s, Mexican immigrant families formed a vibrant community in downtown Redlands, working in the citrus ranches. They established homes, businesses, churches, and formed the core of the Mexican-American culture life in the city. Whereas from early land grants from the Ligonia colony to present, Hispanics in Redlands continue to contribute immeasurably to the growth and prosperity of the city. Now, therefore, let it be resolved that the City Council of the City of Redlands does hereby proclaim the period of Redlands 15th through October 15th of 2025 as Hispanic Heritage Month in the City of Redlands and encourages all residents to support activities that develop the understanding and enjoyment of Hispanic heritage and culture and art and music. With us to accept this proclamation, not only is the Superintendent Juan Cabral, but we have students from the MEChA Club, which we honored last year, the BSU students. And I believe it's always important to have our young students understand the contributions of the past so that they can carry on to the future. And I'm going to have Naomi come up here and accept this award, and your students and Mr. Cabral come on up and talk to us a little bit about the up-and-coming event that you have, which I participated in, or at least attended, last year at the Noche de Cultura. Thank you. Here, give that to Naomi. Or if to you, come on here. So we had the advisor coming, but she is currently out of. Oh, she's co-advisor. Okay, but okay. So, Naomi. Naomi.
I actually will let Xavier, the president of MEChA, talk about what MEChA is planning for Redlands High School and the Redlands community as well.
Thank you, Ms. Vigon, and I want to thank the City Council for this opportunity to speak about our experiences, especially as a club at Redlands High School. As you know from last year, we had our Noche Cultural, which was highly successful, not just with the Redlands High School student body, but also with the entire Redlands community. And again, we want to re-invite you on October 24th, which is our official date, where we will have vendors, we'll have performers coming in. And this year, we hope to have around 2,500 people is our estimate. Last year, we had around 1,000. So again, thank you all, and especially the City Council for recognizing how important this is, not just for us at MEChA, but for the entire community.
Thank you.
Hey, I'll just reiterate, these are three of our wonderful students at Redlands High School. We have so many greatness going on at our schools. Come out and check us out. October, what was the date? I went to the event last year. Awesome event. Great food, great activities for kids, and they also had performances all through the night. So please come out and support October 25th. Don't come the 25th, come the 24th. Oh, that's right. We gave away some prizes too.
So come out for the prizes and the food. It was really good. Bunch up. Thank you so much for your indulgence. Thank you. All right, Juan. Thank you. Okay, one last presentation, and I'll turn it over to City Manager Charlie Duggan.
Thank you, Mayor and member of the council. Tonight, we have a certificate being awarded to our police chief, Rachel Tolber. Sometimes working in government, it's a difficult job. Being a police chief is even much more difficult. Keeping our friends, families, relatives, everyone safe is a daunting task. Rachel has done an excellent job leading our department for quite a few years now. And what's even more remarkable is she's working to get better every day. And one of the things she's done is spent a considerable amount of time earning her latest certificate from POST, which is the Peace Officer Standards and Training Commission. So here tonight is Dr. Matthew Odine to present that certificate. So I'll turn it over to Dr. Odine.
Whichever. If you want to turn around or talk to us, whatever you want to do.
Get a photo too.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay, so good evening, Mayor, Council, citizens of Redlands. My name is Matthew Odine. I'm a senior law enforcement consultant at the Peace Officer Standards Training. I'm the Region 7 rep, so I represent all 50 police departments in San Bernardino, Riverside, Inyo, and Mono County, and I'm the liaison to the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department. I just wanted to take about 2.5 minutes to honor your chief tonight, Rachel Noel Tolber. She's earned her executive post certificate. This is a major accomplishment. There's over 90,000 police officers in the state, and less than 1% of police officers obtain this level of certification. Chief Tolber began her law enforcement career in 1997. She was hired by Redlands PD as an undergrad student intern and research assistant. In 1998, December of 98, she went to the San Bernardino Sheriff's Academy, which is 890 hours, one of the more rigorous police academies in the state, and that still holds true to today. She was hired by the Redlands PD as a police officer in 1999, and then she earned her basic post certificate in March of 2001. So the basic post certificate is what gives you your peace officer powers. So to obtain that, you have to go through a very lengthy background process, psych, medical, FBI, prints, comprehensive background investigation, completing the full academy, completing a field training officer program, and then going 18 months on probation. So it's something that not a lot of people, even if you are fortunate enough to get the job, that you ultimately make it through and become a police officer. And then, of course, very few of them make it to the executive level. In February 05, she's promoted to corporal and earned her advanced post certificate. In 09, she was promoted to sergeant, earned her supervisory certificate. In August of 2017, promoted to lieutenant, earned her management certificate. One of the reasons why she earned these certificates so quickly compared to other police officers is because she has a lot of formal education, multiple master's degrees, and a lot of formal post-approved training, which made her get it. Many police officers take, honestly, twice as long to get the certification she got in that time. She possesses her bachelor's degree in psychology and sociology from the University of Redlands, has a master's degree in criminology, law, and society from the University of California, Irvine. And what I didn't know, I had to Google this one, is the master's degree in applied criminology from the University of Cambridge. She's also a founding member and current treasurer of the American Society of Evidence-Based Policing, which is a fantastic academic organization to encourage police officers and police agencies to not just randomly do things, but to look at the evidence. No police department has unlimited time and resources and staffing, so by having an evidence-based approach is much appreciated in most communities. She's also on the IACP, the International Association Chiefs of Police Research Advisory Committee, and she's a fellow for the Future Policing Institute. So just a quick little overview, which I thought was impressive by looking through her post record. She's attended over 3,200 hours of formal post training between 1998 and 2025. She's far exceeded the requirements to get this certificate just in the area of leadership training alone, which include just very limited 80-hour post-supervisory course, 192-hour post-supervisory leadership institute, 40-hour detective unit management course, 104-hour post-management school, 240-hour post-command college, 80-hour post-executive development course, as well as numerous other executive seminars and workshop. Very impressive training profile, lots of schools on a wide variety of topics when she was working as a police officer and sergeant throughout the career. So it's been an absolute pleasure for me to work with the Redlands PD and all the officers. It's incredibly squared away, very professional organization. When I found out that Chief Tolber was getting her executive certificate, I had to put this on my calendar and be here. She is an incredible leader, and I think this city is very lucky to have a chief of her caliber. And again, I've been the liaison here to Redlands PD for the last 6 years, and it's an honor to present here today. For those of you that don't know, the department's post staffing, you have a chief, 2 deputy chiefs, 4 commanders, 13 sergeants, 20 corporals, 38 officers, 3 dispatch supervisors, 12 dispatchers, 1 reserve, 1 cadet in the academy, and 1 background investigator, which is pretty incredible considering the population of this size city, that they're able to police this city in such an effective way with, honestly, staffing levels that are probably less than other similar sized cities, quite honestly. So I just wanted to present the certificate. The certificate that I'm presenting was signed by Governor Gavin Newsom, Post Director Manny Alvarez, and Post Commission Chair Jeff Long. Under Title 11, Division 2 of the California Code of Regulations, she is hereby appointed her executive post certificate.
Okay.
Okay, before we move on, we'll go to reporting out of our closed session report. Madam City Attorney.
Items 1A and B, and number 2, there were no reportable action, and Councilmember Tejeda was absent during closed session. And it's a closed session report.
Okay, thank you. I have request for pulling items I-14, I-17, I-18, and I-19.
17, 18, 19. Get them again here.
Okay, I have I-14. Where I don't see an I-8. Oh, okay, yeah. I-8. I-14, like bingo. I-17, I-18, and I-19. So I'll take a request to approve the
We were removing I-15.
I-15. Yeah, pull that from, that's totally pull I-15.
I'll move to approve the balance of the consent calendar, absent I-8, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19.
Public comment.
Before we approve any of the balance of the consent calendar? Okay.
Yep.
All right. So I-8 is Mr. Steve Rogers.
But I don't think there was general.
I'm sorry.
That's what I
I'm
mean.
sorry. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Sorry.
I do have 4 speaker slips for just general public comment. Steve, we're doing general public comment. Okay. That's okay. I don't have it.
Anyway, I had meant to be here for, excuse me. Honorable Mayor.
What item are you speaking under?
General public comment or is it not that time yet?
Well, we are doing general public comment first.
Okay. Thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Thank you. My apologies.
All right. Honorable Mayor Salcedo, Redlands City Council, Steve Rogers, Church Street. I meant to be here and I got here a little bit late to speak at the closed session. So I'm just going to go ahead and talk about things I was going to say at the closed session. I mean, you heard there were no action taken. Number 1A is this lawsuit, Rogers, which is me, versus City of Redlands. And, you know, I'm wondering if hopefully the recommendation was, you know, not to kick this down the road any further. There's been, you know, a decision, and as far as going to the
Supreme Court, that has been denied. So I don't believe there's anywhere else to go to kick this down the road. So my question here is, when is the Paris fee going to be removed from our utility bills? And, you know, I get a big, I'm wondering if the city manager is even worrying about this. Maybe we're never going to get that fee, which has been deemed illegal, taken off of our utility bills. And I want to know when that's going to happen. I want a schedule of that by the next city council meeting. Okay, then the other question I have is regarding these performance evaluations. Previously, the closed session, the special meeting, there was a city manager and the city attorney were both listed as being up for performance evaluation. I'm wondering what changed. Now it's just the city manager is being reviewed. And also, I don't know if all the people on the council, I know that most of you understand that I made a records request about what the goals and objectives were from the beginning of Mr. Duggan's career here. And there were no goals and objectives provided to the city manager to give him any direction on what he should be doing for the city. And basically, he's been doing whatever he wants to do. So I'm hoping that now with this new performance evaluation, that there's some goals and objectives that you all have established for him that you can measure his performance by. And anyway, it looks like my time's getting short, and I'll get a chance to talk about some of this that I wanted to talk about on some of the other items. Thank you.
Hey, Joshua Hall.
Hi, my name is Joshua Hall. I'm here to speak on the mass shooting at the Catholic school in Minneapolis that was carried out by a transgendered individual, Robin. His real name was Robert, but he called himself Robin. He killed an 8-year-old boy, a 10-year-old girl, and wounded 18 children. This happened as a result of our government celebrating and affirming transgenderism, which is a mental illness, but it's also socially contagious. So the more we celebrate it and affirm it, the more it spreads. And the more it spreads, the more we get mass shootings like this, where a disturbed individual who believes himself or herself to be the opposite gender carries out a mass shooting. They kill and injure a bunch of people at religious schools or public schools, and then usually they off themselves. This is unsustainable. We need to stop celebrating transgenderism. Men cannot become women, women cannot become men, and vice versa. And you also can't choose your gender. You can't make up your own gender. So, we also need to heavily regulate the pharmaceutical industry, because these individuals are always on antidepressants and SSRIs, which stands for selective serotonin inhibitor, reduction inhibitor uptake. It makes them like depressed and anxious, and it makes them like want to carry out fantasies of mass murder and kill themselves, which is what these individuals often do. So we need to get rid of antidepressants and SSRIs. We do not have a gun problem. We have a mental health crisis.
Next is JJ Orff.
Thank you for listening to me. Me and Mr. Espinoza is also here. They're going to widen our street, East Citrus, about the 1760, just north of where Optum Clinic is. And my concern is I don't think it's really necessary. They Brookside used to be 4 lanes. It's now 2 between Eureka and I believe it's Price. And even Citrus by the west of the high school used to be 4 lanes. That's 2 coming up to Redlands Boulevard. And where we're at, up to Wabash, it narrows down to 2 lanes there at Wabash. There is a section just east of the Optimum Health Clinic where there's some vacant ground that they want to widen the street. I don't really have a problem with that. My problem is the speed of the traffic. I believe it was 2 engineers came out and discussed with myself and the neighbors of what they were going to do, the sidewalk and curb and gutter, and so on and so forth. My side of the street is actually not too bad, but the south side of the street, the curb is literally as high as this wall, and their driveways are going to be pretty steep when they widen the street. I don't have an issue with them putting in the sidewalks. We need the sidewalks there because the school's around the corner. They do need a sidewalk. I understand that. But my problem is the speed of the traffic. I get off the freeway every day at University and come up Citrus. I see how fast people drive up that street. Since I've lived there, I've had 3 cars in my front yard, a couple of them upside down because there's a little zig in the road there. Phil, I'm sorry, I don't remember his last name, that lives next to me where Crafton Court is. Well, they'll put he's afraid that they're going to put an ADA ramp there, and that's just going to launch the cars right into his house because we'll be very close to the street. Anyway, that is our concern, and they said it's a done deal. We had to speak to you guys. I also asked about maybe putting in, for lack of a better term, speed bumps, not the speed bump you have in the Staters parking lot, but a speed bump that would keep traffic going over 35, 40 miles an hour. The speed limit is 35, and I think that could be done. But I think that's something that they said you guys would have to address.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Next is Daniel Espinosa.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
I want to address the same issue. City Council, everybody. Apparently, we met with I think it's Alva Arianas. She's associate engineer, and another individual. And we were told that time a while back to submit a letter to the council to let them know our dissatisfaction with the project. I think the project is excuse me, I don't do this too often. I think the project is number 252001 about the street widening. Again, like I said, there's been many accidents. We've been there 25 plus years, maintaining the properties. It's a good area. Now we're going to do the street widening just because, I guess. And we got a engineering design probably maybe quite a while back. And I asked for a recent one. They don't have it. And we like to see it because we have safety concerns. I live on the south side, like you said, and we have steep driveways, and I had a septic. We added sewer lines and irrigation, numerous things over the years. And we submitted a letter to the council. They said they're still moving forward, and we have safety concerns. So we asked them about circle driveways if you move forward in our driveways, so we can get onto the 2-lane or 4-lane be like a highway, really. Right now it's 2 lanes, I think, on the opposite side. But we have safety concerns. We have kids and everything else, and we'd like you guys to address it. But Elvis says that she submitted the proposal, and she hasn't got a feedback yet. So we're still waiting on that. I asked her to, when it does pass, or if you guys recommend it, we can see the revised engineer plan to see if we can, we like it. We still don't want it, but apparently you're going to move forward with it. So, I mean, we want to see something in the future if we move forward. There's probably more I want to say, but that should cover it right now. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks.
Isaac Villagrande. Okay. That concludes our public comment under H. Well, now we'll approve the balance of the consent calendar to go to the pulled items.
You're going to approve the balance of the consent calendar first and then take each of the items that were pulled separately.
All right.
I'll make a motion to approve the balance of the consent calendar, excluding items number 8, 14, 15, 17, 18, and 19.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Madam City Clerk?
Councilmember Barich.
Yes.
Councilmember Davis.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Shaw.
Yes.
Mayor Saucedo.
Yes. All right, moving on. This is a item I-8 is disclosure settlement agreement with general release, Julie C. Alvarado Salcido versus City of Redlands, San Bernardino County Superior Court case number CIV SB 2218452. Madam City Attorney.
Mayor and Council, this item is just to comply with the Redlands Municipal Code that requires that settlement agreements approved in closed session by the council be posted on the open session agenda of a council meeting. So that's the item before you. And if there's any questions, I'm happy to answer them. But this document's been a public record for some time now, so and available to the public. So that concludes my report.
Thank you so much. I have a comment on this item, Mr. Stephen Rogers.
Honorable Mayor Saucedo, Redlands City Council members, Steve Rogers, Church Street. Okay, so, I mean, before we were talking about things that didn't make any sense. And I think I brought this up before about how the public is being shown these approved items. As in this case, we're talking about a settlement agreement with a former employee here. And this is not a consent calendar item. Okay, I mean, maybe it's a consent calendar item because the city manager knows that all of the council members already agree with what he's doing. Maybe that's why this is a consent calendar item. But for the public, this is nowhere near a consent calendar item. You know, the public doesn't even know what this is about. So this, with this $1.2 million settlement, so now we're up to close to $4 million from this whole sexual harassment thing in the Redlands Police Department, Redlands PD. You know, we're celebrating all these things about how great everything is, but in actuality, the public is having to weather through a big sexual misconduct situation, and none of us believe that the city manager is doing the right thing here. I mean, when he found out about it, what happened? Nothing. In fact, he let the guy retired without even having to answer to what he was doing over there. And usually there's administrative review and that kind of thing, but not now. So this is going to end up costing us more and more. I mean, can we afford this kind of incompetence here? And everybody wonders why our police department went astray like that. Well, it's probably because they got rid of, the code of conduct and everything. I know that, police officers have a little bit higher level of, they're supposed to have a little bit higher level of conduct. But when you remove the code of conduct from the entire city, what are the employees going to do? They're going to do whatever they want. And so that's the real cause of this, in my opinion. And this is not a consent calendar item. It should have been placed on the regular council after it was approved in closed session on the same meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. What's the wish of the council?
This would be a motion to receive and file. If you recall, after the council met in closed session and approved the terms of this settlement, I reported those out and included that with the minutes of the closed session with the city clerk for the public to review. So the terms that you see here were actually reported out when you approved this in closed session. So it has been disclosed a couple times now. So the appropriate action here would just be receive and file. This document's already been approved by you.
So moved? Received and filed. Do you need a motion?
Yes,
Second.
please.
There's a motion and a second.
Councilmember Barich.
Yes.
Councilmember Davis.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Shaw.
Yes.
Mayor Saucedo.
Yes. Moving on to the next item that was pulled off the consent calendar. This is to approve the use of city resources and request for in-kind support for the amount of $45,271.82 related to the Believe Walk event hosted by Stater Brothers Charities on October 4th and 5th, 2025. Approve temporary street closures related to the event and determine that the event is categorically exempt from environmental review pursuant to Section 1531(1)(c) of the state guidelines implementing the California Environmental Quality Acts. Facilities and Community Services Director Crocker.
Thank you, Mayor, members of the council. This is a request by the Stater Brothers Charities for the Believe Walk event. As you mentioned, the event is scheduled for October 4th and 5th. Event activities will be held on Saturday, October 4th, with Sunday being the walk event. According to the application, the event aims to raise over $500,000 to support cancer care in the Inland Empire and is expected to attract approximately 10,000 participants this year.
Thank you. I have a request for this item by Mr. Dennis Bell.
Good evening. The city can't help itself from giving away millions of the public's money for these things like White Elephant Historical Museums, Pie in the Sky master plans, rig community surveys, and fee waivers while starving needs like new fire stations. It's long past time the city did its due diligence as to how much money and assets these poor little rich organizations have, instead of just automatically rubber stamping every waiver that comes along. Stater Brothers Charities is a multi-million-dollar organization. It was a major sponsor to this year's Bike Classic for, I believe, the first time. If Stater Brothers Charities can afford to sponsor bike races, it can't afford to pay the fees for this event. This smells like quid pro quo. You sponsor my event, I'll fund yours. Mayor Pro Tem has a conflict of interest here and needs to recuse himself. And the city needs to get a handle on how it spends the public's money while it continuously pleads poverty when it comes to funding needed things. Thank you.
Thank you. What's the wish of the council?
Should I make a motion? I'm ready. I move that the City Council determine that the approval of the event is exempt from environmental review pursuant to Section 15311C of the state's guidelines implementing the California Environmental Quality Act. And I further move to authorize the expenditure of city resources and in-kind support in the amount of $45,271.82 related to this event. And I further move to authorize the temporary closure of streets during the Believe Walk event to be held on October 4th and 5th, 2025.
We have a motion. We have a second.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Madam City Clerk?
Councilmember Barich,
Yes.
Councilmember Davis,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Shaw,
Yes.
and Mayor Saucedo.
Yes. Moving on to item I-17, approve the city resources and in-kind request support for the amount of $14,648 related to the dog jog event hosted by the Redlands Chamber of Commerce on October 26, 2025. Approve a temporary street closure related to the event and determine that the event is categorically exempt from the environmental review pursuant to Section 15311C of the state guidelines implementing the California Environmental Quality Act. Facilities and Community Services Director Crocker.
Thank you again, Mayor. Members of the council, this is a request from the Redlands Chamber of Commerce for the dog jog event to be held on October 26th in the downtown area. This event is scheduled to begin at Ed Hales Park around at 9 a.m. and then end at Smiley Park at 1 p.m. According to the application, they expect approximately 600 attendees.
Okay, thank you. I have a speaker slip, Mr. Evan Sanford.
Good evening, Council Chiefs and staff. I'm Evan Sanford, Executive Director of the Redlands Chamber of Commerce, and we're here to request in-kind support from the city to make it possible for us to host the 2025 Dog Jog on October 26th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. The route will start at Ed Hales Park and go through our community, ending at Smiley Park between the A.K. Smiley Public Library and the Lincoln Memorial Shrine. Last year, over 450 people showed up to walk the streets of our community and raise money for the Redlands Animal Shelter. And with their help and the help of our sponsors, we were able to donate $4,350. Not only that, we also were able to get 27 water bowls, 200 tennis balls, 85 Frisbees, 190 bags of treats, and 260 food toppers to also be donated to the Redlands Animal Shelter. And if you add the donations from 2022 and 2023, we've raised $10,000 for the shelter. This year, we anticipate raising half of that in just this year, and that drive starts with your approval of this event. And we've already begun selling tickets, but we've included the option for people to add an additional donation to go directly to the shelter. We've also added the option to walk an adoptable dog with a shelter volunteer. And the business community's goal with this event is not only to get the people and their dogs out and active, but also to spotlight our shelter in a unique way. This year, we've also included a route option for dogs that may not be able to make it the full distance. And attendees can also expect more vendors at Smiley Park, more demonstrations from our local canine units, and a fluffier adoptable dog parade, which is so important. We understand and take seriously the importance of ensuring everyone's safety during such a large event, and are committed to supporting our police department's comprehensive measures. And we've also worked with a local dog trainer to put together a list of best practices for our attendees on how to participate with their pups. We're so grateful for our partnership with the city as we continue to build lasting memories for our Redlands community. Thank you in advance for your consideration.
Evan, is this the first time you're having volunteers walk adoptable pets from our animal shelter?
Yes, it is the first time we've wanted to do it for the last 3 years, but it's finally able to be possible. So with the new staff that you heard today, we're committed to doing that. So at least 5 we're hoping for, if not more. But it's now an option when you register as well to select that you want to do it. So be prepared on that day.
Well, congratulations on that.
Thanks so much.
Any questions or? Yes, I have 18, Mr. Steve Rogers. 17, I'm sorry. 17, I've moved. Steve Rogers. Oh. That was Evan. Okay.
Right. Well, in that case, I'll move that the City Council determine that the approval of the event is exempt from environmental review pursuant to Section 15311C of the state's guidelines implementing the California Environmental Quality Act, and move to approve the expenditure of city resources in-kind support in the amount of $14,648 the temporary street closures related to this event, and that my wife will probably be walking a dog.
We have a motion.
I second, and I guarantee we'll be walking a dog.
The shorter route?
Yeah. Thanks, Evan. I appreciate that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second, Madam City Clerk.
Councilmember Barich.
Yes.
Councilmember Davis.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Shaw.
Yes.
Mayor Saucedo.
Yes, thank you. Moving on to item I-18. This is approval to approve a 2 limited term building maintenance worker, a painter, positions within the building maintenance division for a term not to exceed 15 months. Facilities and Community Services Director Crocker.
Thank you, Mayor, members of the council. The Facilities and Community Services Department is recommending that City Council approve 2 limited term building maintenance workers for a not to exceed 15-month term. The Building Maintenance Division is responsible for the ongoing maintenance and upkeep of more than 500,000 square feet of buildings that function to support all the city's operations and programs. There are currently a number of deferred maintenance items, specifically painting projects that need to be completed, which would be supported by these 2 positions. And I'm available for any questions.
Are there any questions for staff? I have a speaker slip. Mr. Stephen Rogers.
Mayor Salcedo, Redlands City Council, Steve Rogers, Church Street. Okay, this one again, I'm just really confused. I mean, this is on the consent calendar, and it's talking about hiring people. I mean, why isn't this being done through the human resources? I just don't understand. I mean, and how could it be a consent calendar when this is just a whole new thing, this just blows my mind how unorganized, let's just put it, that this city is. It just blows my mind. I mean, no matter what it is, and maybe this is a simple thing, And Miss Crocker's going to be their supervisor and all that, and she's going to get to select exactly who it is, and this, that, and the other. They don't have to go through the regular thing like everybody else. Is that how it works now? I mean, that's how it works for some of the contracts I've looked at here recently, and Miss Crocker's been in charge of it. Redlands Ironworks, Inc. It's not how you do contracting. It's not how you do consultants. It's not how you do employees. It's illegal. I mean, is that what we're going to do with these painters? Do the same thing we were doing with this guy that we've given over $500,000 to, and he doesn't even, and it's been all through PO. I mean, we have a human resources director. We have a human resources department. Somebody that makes $500,000 over 3 or 4 years, and you can't tell whether they should be a regular employee or a contractor or what. They're not doing it right. And this is what I see potentially happening here. I mean, why aren't we flying this through human resources? And maybe that's what the plan is, but it just seems it's not a consent calendar item. This is totally a new thing. We've never heard about it, the public. And that's what I was complaining about before. It's all about the public. So you guys hear about it in a closed session. That's different. It's when we hear about it that matters, because we're the ones that ask the questions. You guys don't have any questions. You just do what these people here tell you to do, because they're so brilliant. They're so smart. Thank you.
Mayor, I just want to clarify for the benefit of the audience that this is a position that's going to be recruited. This is not a contract we're awarding. I just want to clarify that.
Thank you for that clarification.
I think it's also important to point out that these are limited term, meaning that once the jobs are done, these positions will cease to exist. And so it's entirely in keeping. This has been through the HR department. The fact that they're limited term is the reason it's coming before the council and not just going through HR to be approved. But it's specific to the job. Once the job's done, then these positions go away.
Thank you for that, City Manager. Any other questions or comments? If not, entertain a motion.
I move to approve a two limit term building maintenance workers painter position within the city maintenance division for a term not to exceed 15 months.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Madam City Clerk?
Councilmember Barich,
Yes.
Councilmember Davis,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Shaw,
Yes.
Mayor Saucedo.
Yes. Okay, the next item that's pulled is item 19, accept the Department of Homeland Security Federal Emergency Management Agency 2024 Emergency Management Performance Grant Award in the amount of $16,460 and authorize an additional appropriation for that same amount for the same Fire Chief Sessler.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. This is the annual grant we get, 2024 Emergency Performance Grant. The acceptance of this grant will assist us with partial salary for emergency operations specialist position in the fire department and the emergency operations division. This position assists with emergency plan development, our CERT and community outreach and education, as well as our NIMS and SIMS compliance. This is just the 2024 annual grant that we have done this for years. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Are there any questions for the chief? Okay, I have a speaker slip. Mr. Steve Rogers.
Honorable Mayor Saucedo, Redlands City Council, Steve Rogers, Church Street. Okay, so I'm trying to make a point here, and after that last item, which I mean there was some clarification, I still don't agree with the way that kind of thing is done here. And you're saying you're gonna do everything by the book. Well, what I want to say about this is that, whenever you're accepting federal funds, and this city accepts federal funds, CDBG is another program, you're supposed to have a non-discrimination. There's not supposed to be any discrimination and fair employment opportunities. I would gather to say that my reason for having my concerns is because I've been aware of in the past that those same kinds of fair opportunities have not been afforded everyone. And so I know that there are problems with the city of Redlands. I've experienced it personally. And so all I want you to know, and I want this council to understand, is that like CDBG, I'm not so much familiar with this one, but CDBG, you're supposed to be paying prevailing wages. I did a records request here recently. I heard from the city manager's office that, oh, well, we don't know anything about the prevailing wages. You have to go into the county. And it's a city project, CDBG projects that the city are doing. We don't know about it, but the county is keeping those records, that's not how it works. And so I'm very concerned that you all are going to fail the next audit that comes around. And that's what happens with these federal programs, is they get audited. And, I'm thinking that at least on the CDBG ones, that I have all this information, maybe I need to give that to the county, if they're in charge of getting the audits started and that kind of thing. Because I know in the past that the city used to, for a little while, take CDBG money directly. I know this isn't CDBG. I'm just talking about federal programs. And I'm really concerned that this city does not follow It's really the employment rules and regulations. And that's what's important. Thank you.
Thank you. What's the wish of the council?
I'll move that the City Council accept the Federal Emergency Management Agency 2024 Emergency Management Performance Grant in the amount of $16,460 and authorize an additional appropriation for the same.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Madam City Clerk?
Councilmember Barich.
Yes.
Councilmember Davis.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Shaw.
Yes.
Mayor Sessler.
Yes. Thank you. Moving on to items J under communications. This is a discussion and possible action relating to the designation of voting delegate and an alternate to the 2025 League of California Cities Annual Conference scheduled to occur October 8th through the 10th, 2025 in Long Beach. I think that Councilmember Davis and I are going. I would nominate Councilmember Davis to be the voting delegate and I as the alternate.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Second that.
Okay, there's a motion.
Be there too.
Okay. So did you get the motion and the second?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Madam City Clerk?
Councilmember Barich.
Yes.
Councilmember Davis.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Shaw. Mayor Sessler.
Yes. Thank you.
Madam City Attorney, if we're all there, is it going to have a Brown Act violation?
No, there's no Brown Act violation. All of you can attend this conference all together, so long as you don't talk about city business amongst yourselves.
Great. I just wanted to, public, since it'll probably be pointed out from Mr. Rogers from Church Street, it's not legal.
Well, I appreciate you letting us know. I was only under the understanding that Councilmember Davis and I were going, but that's great that you all are going. So we'll all be. Yeah. Okay.
I'll assign a professional engineer to watch over it.
Moving on to item J2. This is the discussion and possible action relating to the installation of a bench with a memorial plaque in front of Caprice Café in the memory of Christopher Pepino. Councilmember Davis.
Thank you so much. Tonight we have an item before us that is deeply meaningful. It is a proposal to place a memorial bench in honor of the late Chris Pepino, longtime owner of Caprice Café, outside of Caprice Café. Chris Pepino began working at Caprice Café in 1997 while attending the University of Redlands, became the restaurant manager in 2002, and took ownership in 2013. Under his leadership, the restaurant became a cornerstone of downtown Redlands, known for its elevated dining and welcoming atmosphere. Pepino passed away on August 7, 2025, and is remembered as a passionate, energetic leader and a beloved member of the Redlands community. Chris owned, as we were talking about, the extraordinary Caprice Café and poured so much of himself into making it one of our top, if not the top, restaurant in Redlands. However, he was more than a business owner. He was an artist, a musician, and a passionate supporter of our downtown community. Many of us on the council remember how during the pandemic and the challenges of the pandemic, he stepped up to help restaurants pivot to outdoor dining, ensuring that our local businesses could continue to thrive. He was a beloved person in our community, and I was honored to attend his service a few weeks ago, where those of us who knew him best could come together at Caprice Café and celebrate his life. The bench will serve as a place of reflection and remembrance, honoring his legacy of creativity, hospitality, and community spirit. It's a small but fitting way for us to recognize his lasting impact on Redlands and to give residents and visitors alike a space to remember him. Tonight we have his mother in the audience, as well as two of his closest friends. I am proud to support this item, and I invite my colleagues to do the same, and I look forward to hearing public comment.
Okay, are there any comments or questions?
I've got a question. What would be the cost of installing? And we're also concerned about liability, because I know we've had other things people tripped over and things like that.
So there, as far as I understand, I'll let the city manager weigh in. There used to be a bench there. We're just putting a bench where there used to be a bench.
As far as liability concerns, it'll be as safe as any other bench we have downtown. And so we take risk in just about everything we do. It is a consideration, but we'll make sure it's placed somewhere where it's appropriate for the pedestrians up and down the sidewalk. And I'll ask our FCS director to comment on the cost.
Yeah, so the cost, so a bench is normally between $900 to $1,000 for the ones that are downtown. They take about, once we place the order, it takes about 3 to 4 weeks for them to deliver it, and then we'll place a plaque on it. So should be installed in front of the restaurant in 4 weeks.
That's great. Thank you.
I was just going to add, in irrespective of a plaque or not, we had talked about adding a bench back in that location anyway. So it's really the differential is the cost of the plaque.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? I have one speaker slip, Hannah Van Gelder.
And more of you can speak if you would like as well.
So if this is your first time here, we have 3 lights, a green light, a caution light, and then a red light to stop at 3 minutes. Yeah, absolutely. Introduce yourself, please.
Good evening, City Council members. My name is Hannah Van Gelder. I would like to begin by thanking you for the opportunity to talk about a person very dear to my heart and present you with a request to honor him, a memorial bench downtown on public property. Recently, our town lost a prominent member, Christopher Richard Pepino. Although born on the East Coast, Chris resided in Redlands for over 25 years and made it his home, living life on Olive Street, Fern Street, and Country Club Drive. He's been all of our neighbor at some point. Chris first moved here when he attended the University of Redlands in the Johnston program and studied film along other subjects. In 2001, Pepino joined the Caprice family, where he became manager and eventually owner in 2013. He was first in our community to advocate for small business owners during the pandemic of 2020 for restaurants to remain open and safely serve the community, and also allow his employees to have a job they loved and needed really desperately at the point. He explored ways to enjoy food culture with the expansion of Caprice into the Red Room. Eventually, he would even be able to inspire students at his alma mater with presentations about his experiences in Redlands. Chris would entertain hundreds with his countless concerts at the Fox Theater and films and documentaries he produced. He always included staff and community members in all of these endeavors, which helped lift us up and highlighted what a wonderful place we live in. And that's just some of the things that he accomplished. He contributed more in 25 years here than most do in a lifetime. Although Christopher's final resting place will be back where he was born, I'm hoping to have a memorial bench and a plaque outside of his restaurant so his friends and loved ones can visit and remember the legacy he leaves behind. So you guys were asking, we also have people who'd be willing to donate and help to that, so we could work with you in the future if we wanted to be more elegant or a little different. I think the benches that we have are great, but a plaque, if we could work on that together, would be really great. The sooner the better, but if we want to take the time to make it a really special thing, we can. Thank you.
Is there anybody else that'd like to speak on this item? Seeing none, what is the wish of the council?
I move that City Council direct staff to install a bench at the southeast corner of State Street and 5th Street in the sidewalk in front of Caprice Café with a plaque dedicated the bench in memorial of Chris. I'm going to pronounce his name wrong. That's a shame. Thank you very much. And I don't know how many times I've talked to him when in the restaurant. I apologize. Founder of Caprice Café.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Madam City Clerk?
Councilmember Barich.
Yes.
Councilmember Davis.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Shaw.
Yes.
Mayor Saucedo.
Yes. So now we move to item J3, which is a presentation, a new video of the City of Redlands Core Values, Public Information Officer, Mr. Baker.
Yes, good evening, Mayor and council members. Cam Kalanui, the city's multimedia coordinator and the Communications and Community Relations Office, proposed and has begun producing a series of videos highlighting city employees who personify the City of Redlands core values. Tonight, we want to show you the first of those videos featuring Arthur Amaral from the Facilities and Community Services Department. This video, after you have seen it, this video will be shown on Redlands TV and streamed on the city's YouTube channel, and will be available on the city's website beginning tomorrow. And future videos will be released periodically, and we'll continue to share those with the city council. So I would ask the city manager, I think, to go ahead and start the video.
Thank you.
We treat everyone with respect. We acknowledge the dignity of every employee, citizen, resident, and visitor in our city. We work actively to eliminate barriers to full participation in community life. We conduct city business with courtesy, civility, and respect. We value the strengths that result from varied experiences, ideas, and perspectives. Our collective histories, both employee and citizen, and natural setting create the fabric that makes Redlands a special place to live, work, and play.
Good morning. My name is Arthur Amaral. I represent the city of Redlands Parks Division. This is a day in my life. So basically, we're going to be bouncing around here. Little various projects that I do as I'm going throughout the day. We have our bush right here. We like to keep it nice and tight, nice and square. Everything's growing right now with the heat, the watering, everything just blossoming. So we got some graffiti here that I seen earlier. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna mask up, gloves. We use a graffiti removal, which you gotta always have your PPE all the time because safety is the most important thing at all time. This is nonstop down here. Unfortunately, you just stay on top of it. All right, we're gonna proceed a little bit down the road here, and let's unravel some of these flags here. Look at how beautiful it is down here. You meet a lot of good, beautiful people. You have people that go out of the way to say thank you. And that's not just thank you to me, it's thank you to the city of Redlands. That's what I represent. Sometimes you can't complete the task all at once, but you gotta always be mindful, okay, I gotta come back, I gotta take care of this. We're gonna do some weed eating, some trimming. We have one of the delivery trucks in the way. We always wanna communicate with our vendors down here. We help them out with parking, whatever not. It's always good to be able to help and work together. We always want to make it a nice experience for them. The expectations are high for us, and it's up to us, not only in parks, streets, water department, disposal, all of us. It takes a village. That's the beautiful thing about the city of Redlands is we all get our job and we all take pride in it, just going above and beyond, just beautifying things. We just beautify, baby. Let's go. Beautiful people, beautiful atmosphere, positive energy. You never know what a good morning, how you doing, have a blessed day, how far that could go. Good morning. How you doing today? Good. It's going to be a hot one, huh? You don't know what they went through to get to work or whatever not. Life is not always easy, but you just always got to have that positive energy all the time. I take a lot of pride in just doing what I do. Very beautiful city that I work for, city of Redlands. Well, I want to say thank you for hanging out with me today, kind of visualizing what us at the city of Redlands go through on a daily basis. You guys have a blessed day.
I think that was a great video, a great presentation, great employee putting it out there. I think he exemplifies all of our employees and the commitment they have to serving the citizens of Redlands and working together as a team, as he said. And so we're very proud of our organization and our workforce and our employees and also the citizens that sometimes chip in and help out a little bit too, let them know where some of the problem areas are at. And if we don't know about them, we you know, how are we going to take care of them and solve those issues? So I appreciate the hard work that everybody contributes to the city of Redlands. So thank you. Anybody else have any comment?
It was a beautiful video. Thank you. I did a great job. It was really good. It's good to see. It's great to see folks out there just
And that's just one of
enjoying it.
right we're going to be getting. Perfect. Thank you.
Yes, tonight, I mean, we went from the police chief earning a really difficult certificate to seeing what the core values means to one of our employees that works out in the field. And I also want to say, we all loved Cheryl and the great job that she did. And we've challenged Cam to really step up. And you can see he's done several things, and this was one of his babies. And so we're looking forward to seeing future editions of this series.
Not bad for a city that can't do things legally, right? Is that right?
We do everything legally.
I know you do.
So I have a public comment on this item J3, which is Stephen Rogers, but I don't see him. He left? Okay. All right. Then we'll move on. Under new business, which is K1, this is consideration of a public works construction contract to Tyco General Engineering for the 2025 CIP sewer pipeline replacement project for the amount not to exceed $1,494,516. Approve a 2025 CIP sewer pipeline replacement project plans and specifications, and determination that the project is categorically exempt from the environmental review pursuant to Section 15302 of the state guidelines implementing the California Environmental Quality Act. Municipal and Engineering Director Harris.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. This is our annual pipeline rehabilitation project. The goal of the project this year is to slip line about 4,800 feet of pipe and replace, through trenching technology, about 3,900 feet of pipe. And we'll replace 18 manholes as well. The project was designed and bid in-house. We received bids from the 8 contractors listed in the staff report. Trico was the lowest responsive and responsible bidder. They've done this project several times for us in the past. And with your approval tonight, we anticipate the work will take about 60 days to complete. And I'm happy to answer questions if you have them.
Are there any questions for the staff, Mr. Director Harris? Hearing none, seeing none. I don't have any public speakers. Do we have any public comment on Zoom, Mr. Moderator? Hearing none. Okay, thank you.
I'll move that the City Council determine that the approval of the contract and construction of the 2025 CIP sewer pipeline replacement project is exempt from environmental review in accordance with Section 15302 of the state's guidelines implementing CEQA. And I move to approve the 2025 CIP sewer pipeline replacement project plans and specifications and award a public works construction contract to Trico General Engineering for an amount not to exceed $1,494,516.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Madam City Clerk?
Councilmember Barich.
Yes.
Councilmember Davis.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Shaw.
Yes.
Mayor Sesito.
Yes. Moving on to item K2. This is a consideration of a public works construction contract with Garcon Construction, Inc. for the 2025 citywide sidewalk and ADA ramp replacement project for the amount not to exceed $529,406.26. Approval of the $29,406.26 additional appropriation for the Sidewalk Improvement Reserve Fund, and determine that the project is exempt from environmental review pursuant to Section 15301C of the state guidelines implementing the California Environmental Quality Act. Municipal Utilities and Engineering Director Harris.
Thanks again, Mayor and Council. This is another annual project that's designed and bid in-house. The project this year will replace about a mile and a half of broken and heaved sidewalks, kind of all around the city. There's some location maps in the packet as well. And the project will replace 14 ADA compliant curb ramps. Had a really good bid turnout. We received bids from 14 contractors. They're listed in the staff report. We do need an additional appropriation, as you mentioned, of $29,406.26. We're proposing that comes from the Sidewalk Improvement Reserve Fund, which has a balance, or had a balance, of about $150,000 in June of this year. And so I'm happy to answer questions if you have them.
Any questions for Director Harris?
I'm sorry, maybe I missed it. You said we need to move approval of to bring $29,000 to make the 529? Is that what the reason is?
We budgeted $500,000 even for the project 2 years ago when we put together a 2-year budget, and the bid came in a little higher than that. So we need to supplement that budget by that $29,000.
All right, thank you.
Make the motion. I don't have any public comment.
I move that the City Council determine that approval of the 2025 city-wide sidewalk and ADA ramp replacement project is exempt from environmental review in accordance with Section 15301C of the state's guidelines implementing CEQA. I move to approve the 2025 citywide sidewalk and ADA ramp replacement project plans and specifications and award the Public Works construction contract to Garcon Construction, Inc. for an amount not to exceed $529,406.26 and move approval of a $29,406.26 additional appropriation from the Sidewalk Improvement Reserve Fund.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Madam City Clerk?
Councilmember Barich.
Yes.
Councilmember Davis.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Shaw.
Yes.
Mayor Cecido.
Yes. And I just want to comment that I often get a couple of emails from residents concerned about their alleyways being paved and understanding that we have to upgrade their sewer line. And often I get some emails about residents concerned about their sidewalks. So I'm very happy to see that we are ongoing, continually addressing the infrastructure improvements to our city and responding to the needs of our residents in a responsible and timely way that we're addressing those. So thank you so much for that. Item K3 is consideration of a sole source professional service agreement with Rincon Consultants, Inc. for the landfill leachate environmental site assessment at the wastewater treatment plant for the amount not to exceed $369,750 and determination that this action is exempt from the environmental quality review pursuant to Section 15061B3 of the state guidelines implementing the California Environmental Quality Act. Municipal and Utilities Engineering Director Harris.
Thanks again, Mayor and Council. This is a continuation of a project that Rincon has been working on for the city for a couple of years. It has to do with mitigating landfill leachate that was percolated into some soils at the wastewater plant a very long time ago. They developed a work plan. We anticipated when we developed the budget a couple years ago that the water board would have additional requirements, and we submitted that work plan and met with the water board a few months ago, and sure enough, they came back with some additional requirements. So the cost for this project would resolve those concerns that the water board has. The scope of work is listed in the staff report. There's some soil sampling and a groundwater monitoring well that has to be installed and some lab testing and project management. This is a sole source recommendation because Rincon has been working on this specific project for a couple of years, so it wouldn't make fiscal sense to rebid it at this point. And that's the reason for the sole source recommendation. There's no fiscal impact because, again, we did anticipate that there would be some additional requirements from the water board, and happy to answer questions if you have them.
So I have a couple of questions. Now, are these leach lines for at the wastewater treatment plant facility or at the landfill?
It's kind of both. So it's leachate that is generated from the landfill that typically is disposed of through the wastewater treatment process. And I'm told that many years ago, some equipment failed and that leachate was delivered to the to the wastewater plant, was placed in the drying beds. Those are unlined drying beds, and that leachate leached into the ground. And so this entire project is figuring out how to mitigate that. We know already that leachate didn't go very deep, but we're just making the water board comfortable with our work plan, essentially.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of compliance and regulations out there relating to the environmental issues that we have out there. And because it's kind of out of sight, out of mind, a lot of people don't realize how important what we do out there, the operations of trying to remain compliance with our environmental stuff. So I appreciate you staying on top of this and the staff out there. I know that there's a lot of above lines and pump stations and a lot of stuff going on out there, and I appreciate you keeping us in compliance. Any other questions or comments from staff? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll move that the City Council determine that approval of a professional services agreement with Rincon Consultants, Inc. is exempt from environmental review pursuant to Section 15061B3 of the state's guidelines implementing MEChA. And I'll move that the City Council approve the sole source professional services agreement with Rincon Consultants, Inc. for a landfill leachate environmental site assessment at the Wastewater Treatment Plant for an amount not to exceed $369,750.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Madam City Clerk?
Councilmember Barich.
Yes.
Councilmember Davis.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Shaw.
Yes.
Mayor Saucedo.
Yes. Item K4, the consideration of a non-professional service agreement with Synagro-WWT, Inc. for wastewater biosolids hauling and disposal services with an initial 1-year term not to exceed $500,000 and options to extend for 2 additional years for a total potential amount not to exceed $1,500,000, and determination that this action is exempt from the environmental review pursuant to Section 15061B3 of the state guidelines implementing the California Environmental Quality Act. Again, Municipal Utilities and Engineering Harris, Director Harris.
Thanks again, Mayor and Council. This is a contract recommendation to hire Synagro to remove biosolids from the wastewater plant and haul them away and apply them in a legally and responsible manner. Synagro has done this for the city since at least 2022 and maybe even longer. I didn't research how far back they've done this work, but we re-advertised it recently. Synagro was the lowest bidder at $79.44 a wet ton, which is about 10%, a little less than 10% more than their 2022 unit price, which is a reasonable increase in costs. Again, it's anticipate $500,000 cost a year, 1-year initial term, option to extend for 2 years, so a potential for a $1.5 million contract, and it's all budgeted in MUD's budget. Happy to answer questions.
Any questions? Educate me on what the process is. How do they extract that, and what process do they get it inside the truck?
Yeah, that could be a very long conversation. So essentially, as wastewater comes into the wastewater plant, the solids are separated from the liquids. The solids go through a digester, and the solids are dewatered, and they're conveyed to basically a roll-off container that's sitting there beneath some equipment. And Synagro moves that conveyor or that box onto a truck, and they haul it away from the plant.
It's not in a contained truck. It's not a vacuum where they use a vacuum process and.
No, this is automatic through the wastewater stream process, and it just fills up a container.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Any other questions or comments?
Where is the waste dumped after they get it?
So that's a great question. That keeps changing. We're not 100% sure, and so we've required Synagro or whoever was going to win this contract to determine where to best haul that material. We believe the EPA might change the regulations soon, and that material may have to go as far away as Arizona. But in either case, that's Synagro's responsibility to figure out.
I might send it to Sacramento, maybe.
Well, I'll make it 4 for 4. I'll move that the City Council determine that approval of the non-professional services agreement with Synagro-WWT, Inc. is exempt from environmental review pursuant to 15061B3 of the state's guidelines implementing MEChA, and I move the City Council approve the non-professional services agreement with Synagro-WWT, Inc. for wastewater biosolids hauling and disposal services with an initial 1-year term value not to exceed $500,000 and options to exceed for 2 additional years.
Second.
A motion and a second. Madam City Clerk?
Councilmember Barich.
Yes.
Councilmember Davis.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Shaw.
Yes.
Mayor Saucedo.
Yes. And we had a request to pull item K5, so that gets us to the end of our agenda, which is individual council member announcements or reports on activities. And we'll start with Mr. Councilmember Barich.
Well, my wife and I went to Italy for a few weeks. Well, actually, for 15 days. Had a great time. What a history! It's amazing what's over there. We were in Tuscany, but the history is absolutely fabulous, and amazing what they did 2,000 years ago. How they were able to build the Colosseum, which is actually taller than the Colosseum in LA. It's not as large because it's not a large football field down below. But anyway, it was well worth it. We went with ex-council member Mick Gallagher and his wife and had a great time. So I recommend going there. The food's fantastic as well.
It's been a long month that we've been off. I will not read everything, but I'll just cover some highlights of what I've done. Attended the Viva La Boba grand opening with the Redlands Chamber, been participating in the Blue Zones walks. I attended the Cultural Arts Commission meeting and got to see a preview of the Redlands Arts and Culture Master Plan, which was great. I hosted a coffee with your council member at the Grove Farmers Market this past weekend, which was a lot of fun. I spoke at the Sunrise Rotary Club last week, and it was great to see Chief Tolber there. And I think most importantly, I just announced this week that the Redlands Youth Council 5th cohort applications are now live. Those are due September 19th. So looking forward to working with a great 5th cohort this year.
I've submitted most of my report. I did want to say thanks to city staff for working diligently. We had a water main break in our district on Tuesday. Actually, I guess we had two of them. They were pretty significant, a 20-inch main break. And so water was out in the area for almost 24 hours with a boil water notice after, and people were delivering notices and water was available. And I know people were very appreciative of that effort. The one ask that I did have of the city manager, and it was a lot of people started to reach out and ask questions. I think we might have been a little slow on the uptake on getting some of that stuff to social media. Once we finally got the ball rolling, I think it was about Wednesday, probably around noon or so. The stuff that went out was really good, and it was solid, quick, timely information. But I know a lot of people were asking questions on Tuesday about exactly what's going on. So if we can just continue to strive to do better on that, I think that would be appreciated by the folks that were trying to figure out why their water wasn't coming on. So thank you.
Yeah, so I want to just take my this opportunity to let everybody know about schools back in session. Please be careful driving around. Know when the times are dropping off and picking up. We have new speed limits in town. Please respect them. And please be safe out there. Also, our fire mitigation or our fire threats that we have here. And just knowing that, again, we all have to be prepared for any emergency, water shortage or a water break or anything like that happens where we lose power. We all really have to pull together as a city, as a community, as neighborhoods to really be self-sustaining and to be able to do that. And so my ask is just please do as much as you can for whomever you can and be respectful of our laws and respectful of our environment. And again, we are coming off break and we're going into our last part of our year. And we're grateful for everything that has been happening. And again, for all of our city employees, both public safety and general unit employees, for the wonderful work that they do. And I just want to say to everybody, just be safe out there and have a good rest of the year. Thank you. We stand adjourned.